What's up, everybody? File on in. It's that time again. Episode 2 of the Unfiltered Podcast. I'm your host. My name is Apollo. And as always, I'm running solo. Coming at y'all with a special topic today. And today I want to tell y'all or talk to you guys about how I went from being a veteran in the Army to a regular ass person. I've officially been out of the military now 5 years. I feel like this is the perfect time to talk about how I'm different, what's changed, what hasn't changed, give you guys my thoughts, my insights, and disclaimer, this is my opinion only. This isn't an opinion coming from anybody else, any other veteran. This is from my experience of transitioning from the military to the civilian world. All right? Just give you guys a quick backstory. I joined the military at 20 years old. I tried to go to college first time around out of high school. Didn't work out. Did not work out so well. All I did was party, and party hard. What was that one song back in, was it Madden 03? It was like, let's start our party. We will party hard. Yeah, you might, all right. But yeah, that was me. That was me in college first time around. I tried to major in graphic design and game programming. And I think I was pretty successful. I mean, I did a lot better than I thought I would. Programming shit was actually fun. It's not as difficult as people think. It's just repetition. But you know what they say. If you don't use it, you lose it. And I can tell you a damn thing about programming or writing any kind of algorithm or codes now. But came back home. Didn't know what the hell to do with my life. I was 19. My dad was like, what you want to do with your life? I was like, shit. Fuck, I don't know. So my dad was like, why don't you join the military? And I'm like, well, do I really? Like, I mean, I know you were in. I got some family and cousins in. And I know grandpa was in. I'm like, do I really want to do that shit? I'm like, I'm not military type, you know. And I was another one of those guys who had dreams of going to play college football and going to the NFL. But that shit reality hit me real hard with that. Like, I played on a semi-pro football team in college. I didn't even register in the redshirt program when I should have, when people recognized my talent. But wasted opportunity? Oh well, it just wasn't meant to be. So we tried to go to some recruiting offices. But here's a flashback within a flashback. After I graduated high school, I had to make a decision that summer before college. Go to college or join the Air Force. And I was in, you know, the guy had me. I took the ASVAB. He had me a date set up to go to basic training that September, October, I believe. I never forget his name. Big swole dude. His name was Sergeant Barefoot. So Sergeant Barefoot, if you're hearing this, by any chance, shout out to you, man. I should have took you off for. I looked that dude in the eye and I said, nah, I'm gonna go to college. I feel like I wasn't Air Force material, and I probably wasn't. Like, you gotta be a smart motherfucker to go to Air Force. And I was looking at the pictures of, you know, the guys, the recruits on the wall, the guys and the girls. I was like, that don't look like I fit that mold. But that's how my thinking was. So I turned that down, went to college. And like I said, y'all know how that turned out. So the second time around, I went back to that same recruiting station. And it was another recruit there. This lady wanted no part of me. She had yellow teeth. She was short. She was shaped like a Oompa Loompa. She just reeked of nicotine. It was disgusting. She was just a bitch from day one. First question I asked when I walked the door, I was like, Sergeant Barefoot still here? She's like, he's gone. He's not here anymore. I'm like, well, Yeah, there goes the Air Force. Like, there was a missed opportunity because guy had me in. I turned him down. So my dad was like, "You want to go to the Navy?" I was like, "Fuck, no, I don't want to be on no goddamn water that long. Hell no." Not knowing that, Navy probably been good too. Me and my dad both looked at each other. We like, hell no, we ain't joining the Marines. Nothing against Marines. I got mad respect for you guys. Hey, all right. But at that time, I was 19-year-old, and I was a regular person. And you gotta think the mentality of a regular person that thinks about the Marines is that you gotta be a crazy ass robotic, I'm ready to die at any moment's notice type of motherfucker. And I wasn't at that level yet. So my dad was like, "Why don't you join the Army? That's what I was in. That's what your grandpa was in. Yada, yada." And I was like, fuck it. I went in there. Recruiters, you know how, now that I've been in and out, and I got a couple of friends who've been recruiters, and I had guys that I served with who've been recruiters, I know how the game works now. But at the time, I didn't. So the guy walks up. He's like, hey, welcome in, man. Yeah, my name is Sergeant such and such. Come on in. He took me in the back room. We sat at this round table. He sat down, all professional, crossed his arms and his hands. He's like, "So, tell me, what are you looking for in the U.S. Army?" I was telling him what I wanted. My dad was like, "Go in there and try to get a job that's not, it's not combat. So you're not coming back in the body bag." Because, the war was still going on, like, heavy at this time. I ain't gonna lie. I was scared. I was scared at first. I was like, shit, I ain't trying to go over there and get shot, shoot nobody. But of course, over here, back home, you thinking you hard, like, yeah, I grew up in the hood, and yeah, I'm ready for anything. As soon as somebody say you going to war, you like, shit, I ain't going over there. So, I talked to the recruiter, and I asked him what kind of jobs I can get. But he pulls out a list of jobs, and he's like, "Well, this is what we got open, my man." You know what I'm saying? And I don't remember the full list. It was on like 6 or 7 jobs. But the top 3, of course, were combat. And, they needed some soldiers and some bodies. So the first one was, of course, infantry. And then the second one, it was Cav Scout. At the time, I was like, what the hell's a Cav Scout? Was it like a Boy Scout? Just for the Cav? Am I going to be somebody's bitch? That's what I thought. I was like, I'm about to be somebody's bitch? Ain't trying to be nobody's bitch. Anyways, after that, it was tanker. I think mechanic and like a couple other jobs on there, like cook, fuelman. But that recruiter knew what he wanted me to be. They pulled out that DVD and showed me that tanker video. Showed me a video of this guy shooting his 9mm off the tank and off the side, and that tank going boom. I was like, I'm hooked. I was like, right there. That's what I want. I want to be a tanker. Sign me up. I was a 19 kilo. That was me. I went to basic training in Fort Knox. I was one of the last basic training classes to go through there before they moved everybody to Georgia. That's where they do it now. The fuck base is in Georgia right now? Benning? Yeah. If there is any veterans watching through this, listening to this podcast, let me know in the comments if I said it's Port Benning, right? That's where you went. Yeah, man. I remember my recruiter was I don't remember his name. The guy they signed me. He was a white dude. He was a staff sergeant. He was like, yeah, I mean staff sergeant real quick. He's only like 24, 25 years old. Dude was a staff sergeant already. I was like, damn, that could be me. I could make staff sergeant real quick. I thought you had to be like 30 or something. I was like, this a young dude. God, what was his name? Shit, I don't even remember. But he would like come to my house and pick me up, take me to the little pre-PT workouts. I was already still in great shape because I was only 19. So, he would have us run like a mile and a half. I would just kill that, and they have the standing in formation. And you had a couple of Army brats out there. They're like, yes, sir, yes, Sergeant. Yes, your Sergeant. I'm looking at them like, shut the fuck up. We ain't in this bitch yet. And they have us do like push-ups, and it's crazy. There's legit people out there who can't do like 5 push-ups in a continuous effort. I thought that was hilarious. But here I am, like at most, a $150, soaking wet at the time. Because I was small. That's another thing, too, about me. With football, I was a small guy. I was very skinny, but I was strong. I was blazing fucking fast, and I could jump very high. But, nobody wants to recruit a little motherfucker. But all you got to do is put some weight on them. But now, I'm at a whopping 205 pounds of solid chocolate. But anyways, so we, do a little workout. I went to 1, and my recruiter was like, yeah, you ain't got to come back, man. You're good. You'll be all right. But he would just pick me up for like, come do paperwork, stuff like that. And I lived at the time on like the southwest side of Fort Worth in the Crowley area. And that dude would come from like North Richland Hills. And to people who don't know, that's about like a 15, 20-minute drive one way without traffic. So if there's traffic, yeah, good luck. And I know he was trying to play to me being a young black kid, and if he listened to hip hop, that's cool. But he would pull up playing Lil White, Oxycontin, Eminem. He'll pull up playing Wayne, because at this time Wayne was the hottest artist out there. Wayne, who else was like Young Jeezy, shit like that. And I'm just like bruh, like it's okay. Like I listen to rock music too. I'm one of the black dudes that like some rock music. Put on me some Avenged Sevenfold or something, some Disturbed, and we good. But you put up playing Wheezy and Jeezy, bars, then we're good. But finally got my date left to go. He took me to the airport. My parents took me to the airport. And you just get that feeling like, man, am I really going to go through with this? Yeah. Because MEPS was surreal too, swearing in. I don't remember much of that. I do remember one distinct thing at MEPS. It was a couple. One, the damn duck walk. Why is that room so fucking cold? Make you get down in your drawers and do the damn duck walk. I need to make a hip hop song and come out with a dance called the Duck Walk. I can be rich. I'll be rich and I can really upgrade this channel right away for you guys. That's what I need to do. Hold on, let me get a drink. Fucking hydrate or die in this bitch. I remember the duck wall. Then I remember this one chick. She was joining the Marines. And then she was just like acting all hardcore already. And I remember looking at the other girls joining the Marines. I'm like, is it a requirement to be super hot to join the Marines? Like, this girl was fine. She was already fit. And my dumb ass, I'm young. I'm trying to talk to my hey, what's up, girl? Yeah, just trying to holler, shoot my shot. She turned me the fuck down real quick. She wasn't having no part of my ass. That, swore in. And of course, from Dallas MEPS, they got a spot in the window where you can look down and see where President Kennedy was shot during that parade in Dallas. And seeing that was the first time. That was crazy. And just, being there and in that moment gave me chills. First time seeing that. I haven't been back to MEPS since, so it's been over a decade since I've been to fucking Dallas MEPS. But when we got to the airport ready to leave, I remember, I was in there with a couple other guys, and we get on a plane. It was the first time I've ever been on a plane, too. What the thing? My ears popped as soon as that thing took off. Like, pop! I was like, oh, shit. And, you tell people you're going to go basic training, they just start looking, it was, oh, my God. Hey, he's about to join the military. Oh, my God. Yeah, woo. Like, my church I went to, they gave me a standing ovation because they said I was joining the military. They made a big announcement about it. I didn't know. And it didn't help that, like, I sung in the choir and in the male chorus. So I'm already up there. and they make this announcement. I'm standing up. Everybody gives me a standing ovation. I'm like, this is uncomfortable and awkward. I try to be a humble guy. I may joke around like I like praise, but I try to be humble. I don't want all that shit, to be honest. So we fly away from Dallas to Kentucky, and we land. And we walking through the airport, and I got to go see some recruiters at the airport in Kentucky. And before we walk out, get on the bus, this one guy, a soldier, was like, all right. I think he was a sergeant first class or something. He turned around. It was like a line of us. He was like, all right, y'all. This is the last chance. If you want to turn around right now, we'll pay for your flight back. You can go on home, and you'll be good. And you ain't got to worry about nothing. Just go live your life. But if you step out that door, you better fully commit, because you're going through, and you're going to join the Army. We all looked at each other. We looking around. Nobody turned around and left. He's like, we ready. He was like, all right, let's go. So it's dark as hell at night. To this day, I couldn't tell you how to get to Fort Knox. Well, I saw it at daytime once I graduated, but that I couldn't. I don't remember how to get there. We roll up at night. We all on the bus like like fucking high schoolers on a field trip. We cutting up. We acting a fool. Bus driver ain't saying shit. We just back there like, yeah, cutting it up, talking. And then we pull up. We pull up the base. And we see this drill sergeant come out. And I think they had me fuck with. They said like the shortest drill sergeant they had. This little he looked like, okay, y'all have seen that movie Cradle to the Grave with Jet Li and DMX, the bad guy that Jet Li fought. He looked like him, just real short. He came out with his hat, and as soon as he got on the bus, everybody got dead silent. Like, you could probably hear a piece of paper humping the ground. That's how quiet it was. And he was all cool. He's like, hey, welcome to Fort Knox. All right, y'all get your bags and follow me. And he got off the bus and was like this pause, and then we got up, and we're going there. I'm expecting from day one that day we were gonna be getting yelled at. I'm all nervous. I'm like, yeah, they asked me a question. I'm like, yes, sir. Yes, no, man, yes, sir. We ain't getting none of that shit. Not at first. Then we had got to reception, and anybody who's, especially in the Army, anybody who's been a veteran, come on, guys, y'all know when you go to reception. Those guys who's been to reception like 2 or 3 weeks already, they try to act all hard. They watch y'all line up like, oh, you gonna get your hair cut. Guys come in with afro and braids. We had this one dude named Chan. He's Asian. He's like in his 30s. Came in. He had that long, Ming Dynasty King hair down to his ass. So when we saw him, like, oh, they gonna cut their hair, man. They cut our hair just like they do in Full Metal Jack. They don't give a fuck about no line, no edge up. They just straight take them clippers and zip, 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 like it was a wrap. I'm all bald. I look stupid with a bald head. Like, I look dumb as hell. I got a little ass peanut head. I look dumb as shit with a bald head. What the fuck, man? But we got her good. We get a reception. We still got our phones. I'm like, this is basic training. Like, man, this is K. I'm talking to a girl at the time. I'm making new friends quick, real quick. We taking pictures all out of uniform and shit. Like, we throwing up gang signs like we some gang and shit. And then the day came when we got to go down range. Because I was in reception like almost 3 weeks. I had just missed the cycle before that went down, like by a day or two. I only think about it like 12 hours. I just missed them. And I would have graduated a lot sooner. But, of course, I'm about to go through basic where it's balls hot in Kentucky, man. Fort Knox is just crazy fucking hot. I'd rather take crazy hot than cold because they got snow sometimes. And I heard stories about that shit. And I was like, nah, y'all keep that. I'll take the heat. At least with the heat, you can, you can just get used to it. That cold, nah. because you got to get on the ground and do it. Nope. I'm good. So we get lined up to get on that range, and that's when it starts. The real shit, the true hard. You're like, hey, fucker, hey. This is the. I tell you what, if anybody out there has any veteran or military friends, y'all just sit and just listen to them talk. You hear the most colorful shit you ever heard. Drill sergeant's like, hey, dickhead, hey, fuckhead. They start yelling. I'm just staring like, oh shit, here we go. It's this 16 weeks of this shit. I had OSEC, one station unit training. Ain't no fucking AIT. I don't know how they do it now. But if you were like infantry or a CAS scout or a tanker or a fister or artillery, some shit like that, ain't no motherfucking AIT. One station unit training. You get 16 weeks of straight drill sergeant. Now, when you get to the part where you're doing like your actual job training, they get a little more lenient. You don't see them as much. But that first straight basic training, oh, they in your ass, especially in red phase. And red phase that's the beginning. It's red phase, white phase, blue phase. You want if you can survive red phase, you will survive basic training. I promise you. Anybody listening that's thinking about joining the military and you want to be a combat soldier, I don't know how they do it now, but if they still do it the same way, if you can survive red phase, that first 2.5, 3 weeks with like the shock treatment, you will be fine. Just stick it through. Don't think too much about shit back home. Just take it a day at a time, and just get your head down, man, and work. That's it. But we get on the bus, just starts like, nobody talk. Don't say word. We get there, the buses pull up in a circle. We all get out. They start taking our bags, just throwing them all over the place. And we see people's shit get mixed up. They're dumping people's shit on the ground. And I'll never forget, Drill Sergeant Mendham. Shout out to Drill Sergeant Mendham if you're listening. You know who you are. Short white dude with the glasses. Extra fit. Extra fit fucking dude, man. We were his first cycle for him to be a drill sergeant. And to this day, I appreciate what I learned from that dude. Him and Drill Sergeant Green. Drill Sergeant Green, shout out to you. Santes Green. It's funny that Drill Sergeant Green, when he went through basic, my cousin, rest in peace, cousin Tony, my cousin was his drill sergeant. So, to this day, me and him got a special connection. But Drill Sergeant Mendham, ooh-wee. He came out with like balls to the wall fury. And I was like, am I in the Marines or am I in the goddamn Army? He was taking people's shit, tossing around, throwing it. But once we got to that first night where we had to stand in the hallway, butt ass naked. Butt ass naked. And you can't stand there and like hold your junk and shit. You gotta stand against the wall, look straight ahead. You got one hand, you're holding the bar soap, the other hand, you're holding the rag. You got 30 seconds to take a shower. And the drill sergeant counted down. As soon as you get in there, 30, 29, 28, he's counting down. And if you ain't fully clean, too fucking bad. Get your ass out. But man, it would just wake us up in the middle of the night, smoke the dog piss out of us. Like running, push-ups, flutter kicks, all that shit. It was crazy. But yeah, basic training, man, that was a good time. You know, there's a time I could go back in the Army. It's crazy. I go back to basic. Not red phase. Start me at blue phase. when you can start doing shit because you made it this far, and they weeded out all the bad ones, you know, the weaklings. They got them the fuck out of there. But I got stationed at Fort Hood. I said I was a tanker. I spent my entire career at Fort Hood, my whole 4 years, and it's like 6 months, 4.5 years pretty much. Right here at Fort Hood. I know. Something about if you're from Texas, man, they just like sitting in your ass at Fort Hood. I don't know if it's like a running joke or maybe back in the day, if you were from Texas, to I guess enough soldiers complain like, I want to stay in. I don't know. It's funny because I was born in Mississippi, and we moved when we first moved to Texas. We moved to Fort Hood because my dad was in, like I said, and once he got out, we moved to Fort Worth, and I grew up there. And then come full circle, I come right back to Fort Hood. I remember when Fort Hood was one fucking highway and dirt everywhere. Not anymore. Not anymore. It's all built the hell up now. All they're missing is skyscrapers and more STDs. But hey, that's the city around Fort Hood, not Fort Hood itself. I won't speak the name of that godforsaken city at all. Anyways, deployed to Iraq in 2011. I was very nervous at first. I remember going through the airport in Germany to get there, and then we landed. It's like I said, I'm experiencing a lot of firsts. I've never been on a plane that long. Like the flight from Dallas to Kentucky was a couple hours at most, and the flight back. But to go from Fort Hood to stop through Maine, to go from Maine all the way over to, I forgot where we landed at first. Was it I don't know if, I know on the way back we stopped in Kuwait, but on the way there, that's where I don't remember. I don't know. But I was stationed, or not stationed, but placed in the, they call it the Island Province. We were at Fob Warhorse. If Warhorse is still around, shout out to y'all at Fob Warhorse if you're hearing me. And then they sent our company, just our company, out the Cruise Morris, where we were out there at the Fob. This little old beat up Fob with special forces. SF guys, man, are the shit. They just walk around in white tees, like not dirty, like clean white tees, black shorts and sandals, blowing shit up. I ain't never seen that before. You think I'm lying? I am not lying. This is the truth. They had a dog too. That dog was the coolest dog, man. They were cool, and it was all some big dudes, man. Some big motherfuckers. But deployed there in 11, came back in 12, turned into, I went through my whole phase. I was nothing but a hoe out there, getting what I can. There's a lot of backstory that y'all probably don't care about, so I'm gonna speed it up. 13, went to Afghanistan, came back, got out in 14, and then here we are now, 2020. This is 2020. I got out at the end of 14 too, November. So this past November, 2019, was 5 years I've been out. Let me just say this. After being in the military and now being integrated back into the civilian world, and now, just turning the ripe old age of fucking 30. Hashtag year of the curry. Bars. Man, it's a whole lot different nowadays than how it was over a decade ago, being in the regular civilian world. At first, the initial transition, I'm just like, what the fuck am I gonna do? Because I never wanted to stay in the military. But I do appreciate what I learned, all the friendships that I garnered with the guys I served with. Rest in peace to the ones I lost that I served with, or the ones that I knew along the way. I keep in contact with a lot of them, man. I made brothers while I served, and I'm forever grateful for them and thankful for them. Some habits that I carried over that I didn't have initially that I learned and I brought over. Time management. I've been very good on how to manage my time, because in the military, especially, in combat, you gotta know how to manage your fucking time, or some shit can go south real quick. You gotta learn to grow the fuck up real fast. And learning how to manage my time, especially at a young age. Like, I feel I'm not like the average 30-year-old guy out here in the world today. I feel like my mindset is completely different. How I view the world, how I view things. I know to most people who may listen, they may say, oh, he's just a millennial. No, not only was I raised in old school ways by my parents, being in the military, a lot of the people that I befriended were already older than me. You know, only one person is really around two people are really around my age that I'm like really close with. Everybody else that I'm close with, they are way older than me, like late 30s, early 40s, you know? So, I mean, there are guys in there that I served with that were younger. And even they view things different. You know, the military changes you, man. In a good way. Sometimes, you know, some people go through bad things. I'm not going to sit up and say that I was out there, you know, fucking out there just shooting up everybody. But I've been to combat. I've seen some shit. I've seen my fair share of things. Some of it carries with me. It's not as bad as other guys. I do have a brother who goes through a lot, and I try to be there for him. So, you know, if you're listening, shout out to you. You know who you are, Zelensky. Shout out to you, brother. I love you, man. But that's another time management's a habit I carried over. Another habit I carried over is discipline. I was very undisciplined before I joined the military, and now I have a lot more discipline. I don't really control my temper. Well, actually, no, I control my temper a lot better. I still have a temper, but I control it a lot better. But in terms of discipline and how to, you know, just go through life is a way better than what it was then. Like, I would probably be a disciplined man if I'm didn't join the military and I'm still 30, but the fact that I joined the military and I went through what I went through, served the people I served, I think that was much better for me than not joining. But 5 years later, from when I first got out till now, I would say not much has changed. Just, you know, just trying to adjust to everyday life. I'll say this, being around civilians more and not around soldiers as much, I have to really hold my tongue around some of y'all, man. Y'all some sensitive motherfuckers. Now, I'm not saying everybody, but for the most part, a lot of civilians, man, y'all are very, very sensitive. Like, and it ain't even about a political thing, whether it's leftists or rightists or conservative, liberals. And I don't know much about politics. You know, I don't really get into those talks. But you want to talk some sports, man? Shit, find me. But I would say this: if anybody's listening, and let's say you are a veteran and you've gotten out, and you're like a very, even before you got in, and now you've gotten out, you're like a hard conservative. I know the world's very hard for you. I know it is. It's got to be very difficult for you, man. So I pray for you if anybody's listening. If you're like a hard conservative and you served and you out now, I could just imagine how you see the world now. I'm not saying I'm coming off as a conservative or anything. I'm just speaking, you know, from how I feel, what I see. Civilians, man. It's like, you know, you go over there and you come back and you see how they live over there and how much they appreciate things compared to how people over here don't appreciate what they have and they take it for granted every fucking day. And I'm like, at first, when I first came back from Iraq and I saw that, because, you know, you change from being over there. When I first saw it and I first came back, I'm like, this is what me and my brothers went over to defend, to possibly die for. You know, some of these ungrateful motherfuckers back here who don't appreciate shit. You know, that's how I felt at first. Now I don't feel like that as much, but there would be times where I'm just like, you know, we as an American people, as a society, from the eyes of a veteran, man, we gotta do better. We gotta do much better, y'all. Like y'all are, man, we just gotta do better. I'm not trying to sit here and judge, cause I ain't perfect. I'm far from it, you know. But we gotta do better, yo. You just we don't appreciate things as much, especially now with how technology is and how technology has integrated itself into our lives and taken over. We don't appreciate things as much. But on to the next one. I get asked this a lot. I've met a couple of guys who came in after I had got out. They already went back in, and they asked me, you know, would I join and go back in today? I'm gonna say no, and it has nothing to do with like wartime or anything. Me personally, as I was already getting out, the military started transitioning more from a fraternity like brotherhood to a like business corporation type of setting. And I didn't join the military for that. I joined the military, take control of my life, get some discipline, and serve my country. If I wanted to join a corporate business and work in a, you know, field like that, then I would have done that. I don't do just the way the military is these days. It's just too business-like. You know, I don't feel like the military should be like that because lives are on the line. You know, it's not. You shouldn't run the military like you run fucking Google or Microsoft. You know, and nothing against how Google and Microsoft. I don't know how they operate, but I know like corporate America, you gotta, you know, really be all about, you know, watching what you say, presenting. You can't get too close to people, and you can't do it in the military either. You're not really supposed to like mingle. If you're you know, someone that's in charge, you're not really supposed to mingle with someone that's a subordinate, like in a relationship type of way, but you still have that connection. You know, if you're a first sergeant, you still have a connection with your soldiers because your duty is to make sure that you take care of them and make sure they have what they need so that they can do their job so everyone can come home. You know, you still have that connection. The first sergeant is for the most part like the father figure. He can be, you know, in a unit, but in a military, or excuse me, not military, but in a regular working place, your boss, you know, half the time you don't even see these motherfuckers, let alone go talk to them. Like, and most of the times you don't really talk to your first sergeant directly. But if you have a situation and you need to talk to your platoon sergeant or your squad leader or your tank commander or your, you know, your first line supervisor, and it's something that's very pressing, you could always communicate with them, and then they can communicate, and y'all can go talk to the first sergeant or the commander or the sergeant major, you know, stuff like that. I don't get that feeling in the regular civilian world. Now, in my job, it's not like that. My job, I can walk up to the owner and walk you right in his office, like, hey, sir, how you doing? And I appreciate that. But when it comes to an issue, I do make sure I go through the chain of command. But me personally, would I join back today? No. And there's that's another reason why. It's just they're soft. They're soft now. They're just way too soft. They're tailored to the way the world is, how, you know, these millennials are. It's just to me personally, it's just way too soft out here. And you can't be all soft and shit, especially in combat, when you need to have that edge, because at any moment when some shit pop off, if you don't have that edge about you, you ain't coming home. And I can't get down with that. So that's my answer to that. what the Army has done for me personally as a person, I think it's definitely made me a better person. I have learned to appreciate what I have with my friends and family, with my kids, with my wife. Like everything means a lot to me. And seeing how overseas, how these people literally lives in houses built from fucking dirt and trees, and how people act, just to get a bite of food. That shit, it can mess with you, man. It really can. I didn't mind being deployed. Like I didn't. Like I know it's more dangerous and shit can pop off at any time. But being over there, you're with your brothers and your sisters, and y'all are all equally going through the shit at the same time. Over here, man, don't nobody care about your problems. You only got your small inner circle of people you can go through the shit with. Right? So, and move on to the next one. Last thing I'm gonna talk about. If there's anybody listening, or there's anybody who has kids, and you're wondering if they should join the military, or you're wondering what advice you can give them, or what advice I can give you if you want to join the military, I would say this. Really sit down and figure out what branch you want to go into first. Once you get that situated, really, really go talk to a recruiter. Ask questions. Do not be afraid to ask questions. He is there as a recruiter to answer all of your questions and concerns and to help guide you and put you in the best fit possible to serve your country. But do not be the guy to join the military thinking that that shit is anything like you see in Call of Duty or in the movies. You're dead wrong. It ain't like that, okay? We're going to be doing a lot of boring shit on the daily. Maintenance, training exercises, fucking rearranging connexes. Oh my God, the connexes. Let me tell you about these connexes here. You'll have days where you're doing a connex. You'll clean that thing completely the hell out, looking for an item that for some reason is always in the back. I don't know why. You'll find the item, then you got to put it back in, just to have XO come back and say, "Oh, you got to take it back out. We got to need to get something else." I hate doing connex detail. If you are in the military, if you just joined, by all means, avoid doing connex detail at all costs if you can. If they say we need somebody for connex detail, run the fuck away. Run away. Don't look back. Go to the bathroom. Go take a dump. Just go hang out in the bathroom. Pull out your phone. Get on Instagram. Avoid connex detail at all costs. It is evil. Evil as hell. But I tell people, like my cousin, she was in the military, told me, don't base your experience on what someone else says. Join and then make your own judgment. And make sure you join for the right reasons. Don't join for the wrong reasons. Don't join because you want to get praise and adulation, because that you want to be a veteran, and it's not worth it. People out here dying for this shit for real. Don't be joining just to get valor. That's the wrong fucking answer. And someone in the military will see right through that shit real quick. All right? Join for the right reason. Join because you want to serve. Join because you want to do better, not only for you and your family, but for your country. All right? But guys, that's episode 2 of the podcast. I want to come on here, give y'all my thoughts, talk about how it is for me, coming from being a veteran, serving in the military, to now being just a regular ass person now, an everyday person. I wanted to start this YouTube thing, like I said, years ago when I first got out, but I didn't know how to do it. I'm glad I finally sat my ass down and did this shit. And I'm enjoying it. I love making these videos. I'm constantly trying to come up with something to give you guys content to listen to. Like I said, I am working on getting the proper equipment to get you guys some gameplay videos. Going to be playing a lot of different games, not just sports, but they predominantly will probably be sports because that's what I mostly play. But I like other games too. I like fighting games, and I like excuse me, I like RPG games. So stuff is coming. Y'all stick tight for right now. I'm going to keep giving y'all these podcasts, keep giving y'all these reviews about what's going on in sports. Keep giving y'all these movie reviews. Comment in the comment section if there's anything you guys want me to review, to go over, to cover, to discuss. Just let me know, guys. Like I said, I'm glad that I did this, but I hope you guys enjoyed this. This was episode 2 of Unfiltered. I will be back next week with episode 3. Like I said, the Unfiltered podcast itself will be a once a week thing. And you may get special editions like a sports thing or a movie review throughout the week. That's fine. But something like this, Unfiltered itself, will be a weekend, Saturday thing, maybe Friday, going into the night, Saturday morning. But it will be a Saturday thing. That's Unfiltered is going to be the backbone content of this channel. And I'm going to talk about different things. This week I talked about, like you just went through, from being a veteran, regular ass person. Next week's going to be something completely different. Not going to tell y'all. I got a lot of stuff. So, hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave your thoughts and comments down in the comment section. Be sure to like the video. If you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe. Like I said, I am a veteran. I'm doing this finally. It's something I want to do. I'm thoroughly enjoying this. If you're a veteran and you hear this, please leave your story down in the comment section. And I plan on getting some of my veteran buddies on here so y'all can hear us chop it up. That's going to be a real treat for y'all. All right. But this is Apollo. I'm signing off. This was Unfiltered, episode 2. Thank y'all for listening. You guys enjoy the rest of your day, wherever time you're listening to it, whether it's at night, morning, daytime, whenever. If you just got through getting you some, thank you for listening while you were getting you some, I guess. I don't know. But nevertheless, this is the end of the podcast. Thank you guys for listening. All right. And as always, take care. Apollo. Ow!